All right, I want to do a quick video here on typing math into WAMAP. There's a couple ways to enter into the math environment here. The first one is this Add New Math button here. When you do that, notice over here you get this thing with these two sort of backward single quotes and the cursor blinking in between. So if I type something in here like, square root of 3, and then when I click out beside it, it thinks for a moment and then comes up with the nicer looking mathematics there, square root of 3. You can also get into this mode just by clicking, typing on the on that single backwards quote, which on my keyboard is to the left of the number 1 above the tab key. When I type on it, it puts me in that situation. And this is a pretty rich environment. You can do fractions, just to make it look like a division, 3 divided by 4, and it does just fine. You can do equations. Let's get back in there. X squared plus y squared equals r squared. The notation that's used is very similar to the notation that we're used to from our calculators, the way we're typing this anyway. I see my students all the time, not using the math environment, but typing something like this outside of the math thing. So rather than having it looking like that, it looks like x squared plus y squared equals r squared. It's just, we've gotten used to reading that, knowing what it means, but if you typed that same thing into the math environment using that, or just typing in the single backward quote, then it's the same amount of typing and it looks really nice. In fact, this even looks better when I post this. This is a discussion forum post here. When I post this and we read it in the forum, the math looks even better. It knows trig functions, for instance, so I'll get in the math environment and I say sine of theta. It knows Greek letters. All right, there's sine of theta. There's also this other button over here, which is math symbols. So when you're in the math environment and you want a special symbol, you don't know what it should be, you click on that thing and you've got all these options. So, if I was doing a calculus class, and it's Calc 2 class, and I needed an integral, right, it would give me that basic setup, but then I might know, oh, I really need to change some of these things. I don't want it from A to B. I want it from 0 to pi, and the function is, something like sine x dx, and then I've got my integral from 0 to pi of sine x dx. So that button right there has got a lot of built-in math symbols and things that you can use. Okay, there's typing math. It's pretty simple when you get into the math environment using that button right there.